I'm Timothy Kennedy, born and raised in San Luis Obispo, California, and living out of Austin, Texas. I was the typical middle kid. I was crazy and feisty and mean. So if they started something, I was always the one that would finish it. Like I never knew when to stop. I would just keep going. When I was like 8, 9 years old, having been in karate for a little bit, and my brother and all of his bully friends coming around and picking on me, it started working. I started being able to get away from them. The tables started turning, even at a young age. All my athletic activities throughout all of high school and even into college was martial arts based. In 2000, I was finishing up my undergrad, just looking at what grad schools I was going to be going to. I was working at a .com in California like everybody was in 2000. I think 5-1 as a pro, pretty successful career at that point, and I was a bad kid, like all I cared about was myself, like, hey, I'm such a great student, and I'm so smart, I got a good job, I'm a great fighter, what parties are coming up? Then I watched a couple planes slam into 2 towers in New York. I knew I had to do something, especially having that look into my own life of, man, I'm really leading a pointless existence. I need to do something important. When I enlisted, I had fear that I would never end up back in MMA. I was scared that the sport would move beyond me. And while I was in deployments, watching Chuck Liddell win his title and watching Jake Shields win his title, it was a bittersweet irony as I'm sitting there eating an MRE in some godforsaken FOB in the middle of nowhere in Afghanistan. I knew I had to get back and compete, and was able to compete a few times while I was on active duty. Just having that desire to compete just led to me still having friends in the industry and like, hey, can you do this show or that show? To finally the end result of me being able to compete full time.
The winner by way of submission, Tim Kennedy.
The characteristics that make somebody a successful fighter are the same ones that make somebody a successful soldier. The discipline, like being able to have a regimented diet and a regimented routine, having that drive to always pushing yourself to be better. Those are essential in both MMA and a soldier. Like that search for perfection and the professionalism. I think being a professional is something that translates well between both of them. I'm Tim Kennedy, and I am a fighter.
Watch Tim Kennedy take on middleweight champion Luke Rockhold, Saturday, July 14th at 10, only on Showtime.